It started off as a regular day, but by 4 p.m., I was running for my life. My three attackers were running at me in full speed, and I was running and running and running. But eventually, I was running out of breath. My heart was beating quicker and quicker. I was slowing down. I was getting tired. And slowly but surely, the distance was getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Flashback to a week ago. It was September 11th, 2001. I still remember that day like it was yesterday. I remember I was in class, I was getting my flow on. I was writing this essay on what it means to be a great leader. Ooh, okay. And then out of nowhere, my teacher tells us to stop. She gets in the center of the class. She looks at all of us. Kids, something really bad happened in New York City. Your parents will tell you more about this later on today. Miss Smith, she was from New York City. She just moved to Florida recently. She has family in New York City. She has friends in New York City. She has experiences in New York City. Miss Smith was one of the happiest people that I knew. And for her to be shaking and trembling, something really bad must have happened. Later on in that day, my brother and I, we go home, and my dad gathers us into a room. And he looks at us, and he says, "Son, both of you guys listen, something really bad just happened. You remember the World Trade Center that we were at 2 weeks ago? Yeah, I remember that. Well, today, 2 planes crashed into both of the buildings. Many people died. Many lives were affected. America is under attack." Wait a minute. What? America's under attack? Wait, we were just at the World Trade Centers 2 weeks ago. What do you mean? Wait a minute. People died from all of this? That doesn't sound fair at all. That's not fair. It's not fair, son. But it's the current reality. Now, we waited the next few hours to the next few days for the killers to finally be identified. And they soon enough were. I still remember looking at the newspaper, seething with anger, looking at their faces. My parents, they were also angry. They had a lot of anger, but they also had a lot of terror. When they first moved into this country, they dealt with discrimination every single day. They knew what the patterns were like. And guess what? The attackers had the same exact skin colors as their 2 children. They knew that the actions of these strangers were going to negatively affect their kids. Maybe for a few days, maybe for a few months, maybe for a few years, or maybe longer. The next day I go into school. Everything looks fine. I think mom and dad were just overreacting. You know how they get. They're always so overprotective. A few hours goes by into classes, and then finally, my real favorite class starts, lunch. And I go inside, and I see the breathtaking selection that they have. Cardboard pizza, old sandwiches, and mystery meatloaf. Okay, I'll go with the mystery meatloaf today. I pick up the tray, and I'm walking over to my friends. And then out of nowhere, someone gets right in front of me, makes direct eye contact, and then he knocks the tray right out of my hands. Well, I guess I'll never know what was in that mystery meatloaf now. And he looks back at me and he says, "That's what you get." And he walks away. I'll be real. it was a very embarrassing moment. And the main reason why it was embarrassing was because so many of my classmates were looking at me. So many people were stunned by what just had happened, and everyone thought I was going to fight back. But this kid was huge. I didn't know who he was. You know what? It's not even worth the risk. Whatever. Later on in that day, I ran into one of my close friends. Hey John, what's up, John? What are you doing this weekend? We should hang out if you're not busy. I'll be honest with you, dude. I don't think we should be friends anymore. He just leaves. Okay, the stranger in the cafe, that bugged me a little, but I could brush it off. But the fact that one of my best friends was treating me like this is someone that I knew when I first came to this country. This is someone that I had so many experiences with. We had ups and downs together. And the fact that he was giving me the cold shoulder for something that I couldn't even control, that one really hurt my soul. My brother and I, we came home later on that day, and we were discussing the last few hours. Both of us were being discriminated against. Mom and Dad were right. They were very right. But we made a promise to each other. Listen, no matter how bad it gets, okay? No matter how bad it gets, we are not going to tell Mom and Dad. They can't control this situation. It will just add extra stress into their life for no exact reason. We have to take each punch to the chin and keep moving forward. We will get stronger from this, okay? We will get stronger. Back to the present moment. My bullies finally caught me, grabbed me by the shoulders, and threw me to the ground, and they just began kicking and kicking. All I could do was lift up my arms and try to block off all of their attacks. But to no avail. I was feeling a lot of pain. And after getting repeated kicks to the head, I was losing consciousness. A part of me really did think it was my final moment. Is this how I really go out? Is this how I leave the planet? Because if I do, I have to say that I really enjoyed my life. I love my parents. I love my family. I love my friends. I love everyone. It's sad that it has to end like this. And as I was drifting off into a new reality, out of nowhere, I hear, "You guys leave that kid alone." And from the corner of my eye, I see 3 people running to me at full speed. They come towards me, they form a circle around me, and now they're the ones absorbing all of the attacks. They're the ones pushing the bullies back. They are the ones serving as my defenders. And soon enough, the bullies got and left. But the kind actions of the strangers didn't end there. One of them went to a gas station. He got water, he got ice, and he came back. And he gave it to me. And it still didn't end there. They lifted me up and they gave me words of encouragement. Listen, dude, we feel so sorry for what is happening to you. This isn't fair, okay? It's not fair at all. But the storm will pass. It will pass, okay? There are many bad people in this world, but you have to understand something. There are also a lot of good people in this world. You just need to believe, okay? Just believe. Rick, Tom, John, I haven't seen you guys in 17 years, but I will never forget you 3 beautiful souls. You helped out a kid for no reason that day. I believed in you then, and I believe in you now. Good people really do exist. And you showed me that exact day that you guys were good people. You know what's funny about all of this? My attackers and my saviors were the same exact color. There was only one thing that separated both of the parties. And that was character. What exactly is character? It's one of the biggest buzzwords of today's generation. I'm hearing it used left and right. Hey, listen. I have character from Mondays through Fridays, but on the weekends, it gets down. Hey, listen. I have character because my grandma said I did. That means it must be true. Hey, listen. I have character only when people are watching. Where are all of these definitions of character coming from? I'll tell you exactly how. Every single human being had different experiences to get to exactly where they are today. Different experiences mean different perceptions. Different perceptions lead to different opinions. That's why everyone has a unique definition of what character really is. I can't tell you how to live your life with character. I can't tell you how to design your principles. But I can tell you how I design my principles. I followed 3 easy steps, kept it really simple. Step number 1, my principles need to help me grow, need to elevate me in life. 2, my principles can never directly harm another human being. Either my principles don't affect them, or it helps them level up. 3, my principles need to be crafted in such a perfect way where if my children were ever going to pick up my principles, I would feel nothing but joy. 3 easy steps on how I design my moral compass. Now, if you haven't designed your moral compass yet, you need to do this ASAP. Because the old saying goes, the person that doesn't stand for anything, that person will continue to fall for anything. It's that simple. It really is that simple. Now, guess what? Society can help you in your decision. Books can enlighten you. Videos can inform you. But in order to truly define your moral compass, you have to look within. Only you know what you want out of life. Only you know the legacy that you want to leave. And don't even think of it just from moral versus immoral, because everyone has different definitions of those 2 terms. Think of it in a higher level. When I leave this planet, when I am on my deathbed and I am about to take my last breath, am I proud of the life that I lived? Are my principles helping humanity grow and take their talents to an uncharted territory? Are my principles crafted in a way where it can help my future children, where it can help future generations for years to come? These are the considerations you need to take when you are designing your principles. And guess what? You can lie to anyone. It's really easy to do. Words aren't that hard to fake. Anyone can do it. But there's one person that you can never lie to. And it's the person that you see every single day when you look into the mirror. That is the one person that you are going to spend the rest of your life with. You can never run away from that person. The time is now. Because you see this skin color doesn't tell you much about a human being. But what really separates the angels from the demons in this world is true character. Design your character where it is so expensive that no one can ever buy it. Design your character in a way where you can help another human being without ever expecting anything in return. Design your character to one day help humanity grow and grow. You only get one shot at this life. And guess what? It is time for you to start taking your journey seriously. Every day counts. Now leave a positive legacy.